Hi, I'm Shayan Landrum. I'm going to give you a little instruction on how to prepare for a Yoga Nidra session. So Yoga Nidra is commonly done in the early morning or in the evening. Those are nice, softer times of day, but it can be practiced at any time of day as long as you can find a quiet place to do the practice. You'd like to prepare your space, so make sure it's quiet, and you can use some incense or some essential oil sprays that might help you relax and focus. If you've recently done asana, then you might find it really easy to move into a Yoga Nidra practice because you've been moving your body. If you haven't, it's a good idea to do a little bit of movement, which will invite the body to then want to relax. And you can do something as simple as tightening the muscles and then releasing, and tightening and releasing in the arms and the legs. And you can do that for just a minute or two before you lie down for the Yoga Nidra session. For Yoga Nidra, you'll be lying down. So a yoga mat can be good, or a rug, or perhaps a firm mattress. If you're using a yoga mat and you tend to get uncomfortable, you might consider putting a blanket on top of the mat. Whatever position you take, you need to be relatively comfortable because you want to try to not move for the duration of the practice, and they tend to be between 15 minutes and 45 minutes. So it's important before you get started to set yourself up so that you'll be comfortable and not have to adjust, hopefully at all. Many people find it helpful to have a cushion on the back of the head. That can be a place that they tend to get uncomfortable, so you can use a thin blanket or a thin pillow. You don't want it to be too high because you want the head to be relatively level with the rest of the body. And you want the chin to be slightly lower than the forehead. And to do that, you place the hands at the back of the head and you lift the head and then slightly tilt the chin down. And I'll show you a minute lying down, in a minute lying down. It's important to set your intention to stay awake. In Yoga Nidra, it's a practice of inviting the body to sleep while cultivating pure awareness. And so we actually do want to stay awake and have consciousness awake. If you think that you might fall asleep, one idea is to bend the elbow, and I'll show you this again at the end. And that way, if you begin to fall asleep, your arm will fall, and that will wake you up. You don't have to do that, and it also is okay to fall asleep during Yoga Nidra. Sometimes if you're falling asleep, it might mean that you are just so tired that that's what you need, so maybe accept it. Sometimes people feel like they've fallen asleep, but then suddenly within that, they spontaneously awake with a very pure awareness, and the body is very still. So it's not necessarily a bad thing if you feel like you're drifting off to sleep. Especially if the practice is new to you, I would recommend that you work with it and see what your experience is. Another thing to keep in mind is that if you're feeling physically very uncomfortable during the Yoga Nidra, even though you've tried to set yourself up, just like any meditation practice, maybe just be with that uncomfortability and try to cultivate some awareness about what the cause might be. That may just be some important information for you. In Yoga Nidra, we're letting go of our dependency on connection to the senses. We're cultivating a pure awareness and spaciousness of the heart and of our thoughts. And we are becoming aware that we are not the doer, we are not the actor, we are witnessing the experience. And so I'll show you how you get set up. You would lie down. Feet should be hips width apart. You don't want the blanket covering your feet or your hands. Allow the feet to roll outwards so that they're relaxed. And then you can adjust the head so that the chin is slightly lower than the forehead. And roll the arms outwards, allowing the hands to be palm facing up, and again, no blanket touching the fingertips. And then you softly close the eyes. You can use an eye pillow or cover if you'd like. And then allow yourself to go through the guided practice. If you think that there's a chance you might fall asleep and you don't want to, you can bend the elbow so that the hand is up. And then if you begin to fall asleep, your hand will start to fall, and that will probably start you awake. And so that can help you keep awake and keep your awareness awake. The purpose of Yoga Nidra is to invite the body into a state of deep rest while cultivating pure awareness. So please take the time before your practice to get comfortable so that your body can relax fully and you can enjoy the full expression of the practice. We have a few different classes of Yoga Nidra on OmStars, and I hope to see you there.